Hey guys, it's Core Ross and Bump 6 News. Today we've got an anti-cheat update for both console and PC. And I'm going to split it into two videos, one for PC and one for console. This is the PC video. So cheating in Rainbow Six Siege has been especially bad over the last couple of months, and as such Ubisoft has spun up a whole bunch of extra resources to combat it. And we've also been getting a lot more communication about it than usual. So last month we got a status update on AntiCheat, and now we're getting another one this month, and they're not usually that close together. Now, of course, there'll be a link to the original blog in the description below if you want to go read the full thing, but we'll be hitting all the important stuff in this video today. So we'll start with the preventing cheat features and exploits. So the first sentence here reads, "We know that there are undetected cheats and gameplay exploits currently live in the game, which are leading to a deterioration in gameplay experience for players." So this is actually a pretty crazy sentence to read, and it's not one that's unknown. Like, all cheats as they're released for the first time are usually undetectable by an anti-cheat, and then they get updated and they get catch up with it. But to actually say that in a blog post about it is brave. So I give them major compliments for saying it. And of course, it means there is cheats right now that are going out there which are just undetectable to the anti-cheat. But saying that, there is other things they've been able to go after. So they found a bunch of cheats and exploits that were managing to go after navigation style cheats. So that'd be moving around the map, like maybe teleporting or floating or things like that. Various shooting related cheats, which could be aimbots or all kinds of stuff. Various griefing cheats and various drone related cheats as well. I think I've seen a Flores drone flying once in a cheat clip. So stuff like that might be drone related cheats. And they also say that they were able to identify a prevalent cheat provider, which led to a large ban of 9,000 cheaters in January and 10,000 bans within a rolling 30-day period. Now, originally that cheat provider's cheat probably was, just like their stuff, undetected, and when they figured out how to detect it, they could go and just get everybody who was using it and ban them all. And that is the whole cat and mouse game of cheats and anti-cheats. Now the next section is anti-cheat and ban waves, and in bold they say anti-cheat solutions are always active. I think there's been a lot of rumors that the anti-cheat was just off. Now I can tell you this, if the anti-cheat was ever switched off, you would see the player numbers for Siege spike up tremendously, as that would spread like wildfire through the cheater community, and every cheater from every game would just jump into Siege for a little bit to take advantage of that, and the player numbers would probably go through the roof. So they want to make sure that you know that they are always on. And this goes for BattleEye, stat bans, and the QB system. So let's jump ahead to the QB system. This is, and I'm just going to simplify this. This is basically your game opens, you'll then notice it closes, and if this is only on PC, and then it opens again. So that's it recompiling itself, so that it's always using different parts of the RAM, so that if you were to write a cheat that said go to this part of the RAM and get this information on maybe like player locations or something, then the cheat won't work, because that's all just been completely randomized every time you open up the game and it recompiles itself. And know that the QB system is not an anti-cheat, it just makes making cheats harder and more of a pain in the ass. And again, Ubisoft's communication here is very open. They actually say that they did not have the right stuff in place to support the QB system, so it's not as effective as it could be. And they say they're now working on different iterations, which will be coming in year 9. Now, that means it's obviously not launching with season 1, so a QB updated version is probably coming maybe midway through the year or second half of the year. And that also means we might hear nothing about the anti-cheat for PC when it comes to the 6th Invitational, which is next week, as this all could be announced later in the year. Let's move on now to bans and data bans and BattleEye. So we've got a nice graph here. The red is BattleEye bans and the white is the BattleEye plus the data bans. Of course, there's always stat-based data bans going on in the background, and they have a full section about that here. And again, they do admit that things are not perfect here, that they are continuing to refine their data models and hopefully ban more cheaters just simply on stats and data, as well as, of course, catching the cheats on BattleEye. But talking about BattleEye, they have a full section here talking about it, and they say BattleEye is a system that makes up most of our cheater bans. Like other platforms of anti-cheat, BattleEye is never turned off, remaining active at all times, finding and banning thousands of cheaters each month. And this is because it's basically just a piece of software that runs your computer, and it gets, updates and stuff from back home. but it's just running on your computer, continually trying to check and monitor for cheats when your games are open. And I'd also point out that they have a whole section here about BattleEye, which makes me think they are not planning to introduce a new anti-cheat on PC. They've even got a nice graphic here that says 100,000 bans in 2023. So if you were hoping for a new anti-cheat on PC in year 9, I think this is pretty much proof that that's not happening. There's not going to be a new anti-cheat. It is going to continue to be BattleEye. And this kind of paragraph here is kind of trying to defend the fact that it is working. They also let us know that the in-game mentions, this is a little bit of text that pops up on PC in-game that says someone's been banned by BattleEye. They've removed that. They actually say that's down to people using it to figure out how they were getting banned, and even cheat developers trying to use it to figure out how they can then bypass the system. So apparently it sounds as if they've actually removed that in-game mention permanently now. And that moves us into the conclusion and our plans and vision. So this section here is your usual bit of fluff at the end. They say, we know that cheaters have a big impact on Siege and everyone's enjoyment of the game, which is why we're boosting our anti-cheat resources. We already have results to show for this in January, and we have much more to come. But ultimately, my conclusion here is no new anti-cheat in year 9, which I have seen a lot of people hoping for in the comment section, but I don't think that's the case. I think we're sticking with BattleEye for the foreseeable future, maybe for quite some time. And I think right now when it comes to the cat and mouse game, that the mouse is quite far ahead of the cat, and the cat is only just getting up to speed and has to make up a bit of time to get back into a better balance. And then overall, I'm worried about the future. AI cheats are about to come on the market. I think they're going to be terrible to begin with, but I think they'll come up to speed very quickly over the next 5 years. And I don't know if games like Rainbow Six Siege and every multiplayer game out there will be able to compete with what might hit the market next. But anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your conclusions in the comments below. How are you feeling about the state of cheating on PC right now in Rainbow Six Siege? And is there anything you think they should be doing? And reading this, one thing that I'm a bit worried about is I don't know how far into the future they're looking. And it feels like they're kind of catching up all the time rather than being proactive or having a nice, just solid strategy that has been playing out over the last couple of years. Instead, it feels like they're just getting up to speed now with some of the stuff they're talking about here. But also this could just be because it's a blog, which is obviously about right now and what they're doing right now. But either way, I do love this communication. I think it's been really good, and I do recommend you go read the full blog. And I'll be back with another video very soon all about the console anti-cheat updates that they've given us, which does appear that we're going to be getting some news at the 6th Invitational for when it comes to that. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this blog post about anti-cheat in Rainbow Six Siege and your current experience.